Hi, this is Richard, and welcome back to Howtomakeadesignerhandbag.com. Today we're going to be starting our new bag. This is going to be our basic shape here. I've already cut it out. It's a pretty interesting shape, and so we're going to go from there. This particular bag here is going to have a couple outside zipper pockets. A lot of people have asked me to do some outside zipper pockets on the bag, and also we're going to have a zippered gusset to close up our bag that's going to go around the bag up until these points. Now this is my master front and back. I've already done, and I've laid out my zippers. I'm going to have this is where my two outside pockets are going to be. These are going to be 7-inch zippers. I also have indicated where my straps are going to come out. These straps will probably be about 18, maybe 19 inches. So we have a nice loop to go over the shoulder. Now, what I wanted to do is, a lot of times when you have leather and you want to cut it out, you really want to mark it from the top rather than the back, so that you can catch any imperfections. You don't want to cut a piece of leather and find out that there was a small hole or something there. So you really kind of want to cut it from the front. And you don't want to use a regular ink pen, because if you make a mistake, it won't come off. So what you can do is you can get one of these silver pens that I got from Ward and Kennedy, and I have that resource on my resource page. And what you can do is you use these, and then you can take a nice leather like this and go like that. And then you can come back with your finger and you can get it all off just by doing that. And that's the advantage of using a silver pen when you are marking out your leather. And this way you can make sure that when you do cut your leather, you got the cut that you want, and it'll lessen your waste factor. Okay, just wanted to throw that at you. Okay, everyone, I'm back, and I'm going to go ahead and take over the rest of this class. And I just want to go ahead and quickly go over where we're at. Linda showed you basically attaching the leather to the top of your lining gusset. The top piece of your lining gusset, the top piece of your leather gusset to the top piece of your lining gusset. That's what I intended to say. So we've seen that part, and now we went and did our sewing. We attached one side for you here already. We just sewed around the edges here. And first we fitted it, and I usually fit Linda pins. I use a little rubber cement and tack it in place to see if it's going to fit properly. And once it did, we went on and to basically go ahead and sewed it in. And so at this point, what we have is this is the inside now of our bag, as you can see. So it's now finished. It's finished here on the edges. It's finished here in the seam, and we now have the inside of our bag. And now what we want to do here, we want to leave this part right here open, and because what we're going to do is when we sew the outside of the bag, we're going to flip it inside out, and it's going to kind of go like this. Kind of going to sew the leather this way, and then we're going to flip the whole thing in. And then we'll like maybe just hand tack our lining closed. We'll go ahead and sew it, and then there'll be like a little part that we won't be able to sew, and we'll just kind of tack that in and finish it. And so that's where we are. You can put your label in at this point. We have our zipper pocket in at this point. And so we're pretty much ready to put this bag together. Okay? Alright, so we're going to do some skiving, get our rest of our pieces together, get our handles together, and we're going to come back and start to put this back together. Okay, I'm getting ready to do my straps, and I've cut out my strap stays They're about 5/16 thick, and so they're going to make a pretty nice strap. And so the next thing, this is some 014 Bontex paper, and I'm going to do a tutorial on Bontex because this stuff is really great. You can soak this stuff in water, and the same way that it is now, the same strength, the same body that it has now, that's what it's going to have when it comes out of the water. So anyway, that's my my stays for my straps, and because this is leather, I want to get a nice turn, and I want it nice and thin. So I'm going to have to go ahead and skive this, and I have a home method of skiving because I don't have a room for a 200 or 300 pound skiving machine or 200-pound skiving machine. So I use a little $35 Dremel tool, a little sander, and my an old vacuum cleaner. And so I'm going to skive this for you real quick just to show you how I do it. And then I'm going to do my other pieces, and we'll go from there. It's a little noisy, but it works. And all you're trying to do is keep that dust down with the vacuum cleaner. Go along the edges and thin them out. But you want to make sure that you don't go through the leather when you're doing this. And you can see the difference in the leather from the skiving, and here is going to be easier to fold. So I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll glue up our straps and sew them up nice. Now I could sew this edge here, but on this particular one I decided I'm not, and that's pretty much how our handle is going to be. And we can start to see how our bag is going to come together. And I'll do it this way so you guys can get a better view of it. And so it's going to go this way here on the opposite. If I can get it in there. Okay, so we're going to get it like that. That's going to go like this. Okay. And then there's going to be a flap that comes over this. And then our handle is going to sit something like this. And so you can see how that's going to look. Hopefully it's all in the camera. Okay. Alright. And we'll get this other strap sewn, and we'll start to put our gusset together. I've also made an applique to go over my strap here. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it like that. I'll make 4 of these. And put it like that, and just sew across and get that down, and then that'll cover my work. So that should work out. I could have did a few things different, as I said, to make it a little bit better. And usually when you're making a bag the first time, you always discover that if you move something down to 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch, it looks and works out and sews better. So these things are a natural progression of the process. So that's why they call it a first sample, and usually it's your second or third sample that actually gets to market. So we're going to go ahead and attach our appliques to our handles, and we're also going to go ahead and start to sew our gusset on. And I'm going to go ahead and prep for that, and as soon as I'm ready, we'll get back to it.